Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
You know, I always think pitching and defense are the keys to success in the long run. So as the season gets started, it's going to be really important for this pitching staff to set a good tone. If they can get off on a good foot, it will do a lot for the confidence of the entire ball club.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Marco Gonzalez gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
We're looking at one of the top pitchers in the league right now. Solid win total from last year, and he'd like to win a whole bunch of games in this new season. He's a good pitcher, and he normally pitches good at the beginning of the season, and he rides that storm out all the way through the end. It'll be interesting to see what kind of start he gets off to this year.
Here comes the first pitch. Michael Young is at the plate as he looks at ball one.
First pitch, 111.
Now the 1-0. Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. And the throw to first is in time. One gone.
Batting second, the designated hitter, Elvis Andrus.
So Elvis Andrus the next to bat. Lifetime against this particular arm. He's got 5 base hits in 19 tries. First pitch of the at-bat. The temperature here at first pitch, a very seasonal 63 degrees this afternoon. The 1-0 home. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
Batting third, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez.
So next to the plate for Texas, Pudge Rodriguez, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's set. Here it comes. He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball one. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Hey, D-Row, you better be ready to swing, particularly at that low pitch. Freddie Ferguson, low ball umpire.
Yeah, it makes it tough on the offense. I was a guy who liked the low ball, but that usually means those guys are susceptible to that slider in the dirt. You have to see the ball up, and this guy doesn't give you a chance. 2 balls and a strike. In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Hit out towards second. He's got it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. Nothing to start for the Rangers. Mariners coming up. You're watching MLB Network. Corey Kluber is on the mound for the season opener on the road in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
This guy really struggled last year. This season is going to be about a bounce-back year. Real ugly ERA last year. He has a lot to prove to himself and to his teammates that he's a much better pitcher than he was last year.
Digging in, Ken Griffey. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. A ball and no strikes. And he popped him up. Young into shallow left. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
Batting second, the shortstop, D. Gordon.
Now in the box, D. Gordon. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And the pitch. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike one. Kluber has racked up over 1,300 innings on the major league mound, and with an ERA just hovering around the 3.00 benchmark. Now the 0-1. Softly hit out to short. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
Batting first, the first baseman, Edgar Martinez.
And that'll bring in DH extraordinaire Edgar Martinez. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Now here's the pitch. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. Kluber steps into his windup. Here's the 0-1.
Oh, that's just out.
Now it's swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate the ball or he was expecting a pitch to be a sinker and drop more than it did.
Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
You know, with 2 outs and nobody on, that's the last thing you want to do on the mound. That really gives the opposition some hope that they can do something with this inning.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and here comes Junior. From the stretch. Martinez leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And it's a ball and a strike to Ken Griffey Jr. Now the 1-1 pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Now the 2-1. Taken, strike 2.
2-2 count.
A runner on first with 2 away. Smoked on the ground up the middle. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Dealer, on a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
Brett Boone is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Boone is one of the few true superstar hitters in the game. You're no doubt aware of it, but it doesn't matter who he's facing. He's a major league threat to hit the ball hard somewhere just about every time he steps into the box.
Yeah, one of the best hitters and truly blessed by the gods, but I don't think people realize the amount of time and effort this guy has put into honing his craft to become one of the great hitters in our sport.
2 down, runners at first and second. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
3-0 count. Here it comes.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Three and one. Here it is.
82. We got full count.
Fouled off. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Jay Buhner, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. First delivery to him on the way. This is on the ground to short. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. The Mariners threaten but leave them loaded, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Joey Gallo.
The left fielder, Joey Gallo.
Here comes the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Now here it comes. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
At the plate now, Danny Santana, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. Santana, a native of the Dominican Republic. He's a veteran of 7 years at the major league level. 0-2, here it is.
Well,
Boy, that's a great take right there. He might have been frozen by that pitch, but it missed by just enough to give him life in this AB.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Here's a ball bounced out to the shortstop, Gordon. He's right there on to first, and there were 2 down.
Had to protect there with 2 strikes, and he just got it off the end of the bat. Not much of a problem for the infield at that point.
Stepping in, Todd Frazier. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch on its way. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Ooh, that's a good pitch to take a hack at right there. Change up in the zone. He'd like to have that one back.
2 out, nobody on.
Ball 1.
That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And the throw to first ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Last half of the second set to go, and standing in is the DH, Carlos Gonzalez.
Carlos Gonzalez.
First pitch of the at-bat.
1-0.
Gonzalez, commonly known as Cargo. He's currently on a 1-year deal, so he stands to be a free agent at the end of this season.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. And he fouls this one off. And strike 3 called as he gets a little help there. 1 away.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball right into the shift. And that's through for a hit.
Hey, some guys look out there, Dan. They don't care. They can't execute the ball the other way. It's not that easy. They're going to hit it as hard as they can right into the shift and let the chips fall where they may.
You know, it's hard, D-Bro, when you've come up all the way through high school, little league, college ball, and the minor leagues, and you're used to pulling the ball. That's the type of hitter you are. Some of these hitters are going to have to try to make some changes with these exaggerated shifts.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Tom Murphy comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And it's 1-1. And he misses. 2-1. Called strike 2 as he locks him up there. Here now the 2-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
At the plate now, Ken Griffey Sr. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Kluber pauses. Here it is on 1-0. Bottom of the second here with no score. Griffey Sr. behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Just hung in there on that one. Again, another foul ball. Here he comes again, 1-2. Ripped down the line. Frazier is there. Little pitch and catch chance for Odor at second base, and that'll do it. Mariners leave one. We'll move to the third with no score. So here's the left-handed bat of Rougned Odor. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a pop-up now. Seager in foul ground, and no one will track it down. A 1 pitch on its way. Odor bats left but throws right and stands at 5'11". He's a veteran of 7 years at the major league level. 0-2 count, and the pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2 is at the knees and called strike 3.
He's looked great on the bump the first few innings of this game, and I think his ability to change speeds effectively has been a big reason why. That was a good change of speed for the strikeout there, and I've seen a lot of hitters look pretty off with their timing so far.
Standing in now, Hunter Cole. And he puts it on the ground to second. Reined in, and that's the second out.
Batting 9, the first baseman, Ronald Guzman.
Digging in now, Ronald Guzman. His guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
That's a ball. Ball 1, no strike.
Rangers still searching for hit number 1 in the ballgame. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the pitch.
I got 2-1 the count. I got 3-1. 3 balls.
3-ball count right now. This looks like the best chance of getting a base runner on so far. The 3-1.
Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. A solo shot down the line in right. First home run of the campaign for him, and they've taken a one-run lead.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
Into the box now, Michael Young. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. So with that, the top of the third inning will continue at least one more batter.
Loud noises right here, fellas. Hey, he's going to have to mix it up a little bit more because they are on his stuff.
Here's Elvis Andrus now. Off for second is Young. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Another look at the throw down that results in a third out on the bases. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Leading off the inning, D. Gordon, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. First delivery to him on the way. And a check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. Now here it comes. Soft grounder left side. Fielded cleanly. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Now batting, the first baseman, Edgar Martinez.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And up to bat next, one of the most prolific DHs to ever play, Edgar Martinez. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball one.
Hey, you think the game plan is to pitch this guy inside? They plunked him in the first at bat, and they're clearly coming right back in again.
Up around the letters with that one for ball two. One out, nobody on. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Now the 2-1 pitch. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Swing and a miss got him reaching. And he makes the throw to first. Martinez is retired, 2 down now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And here comes Junior. First pitch on its way. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Down 0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry, 5 pitches he can go to, not looking good.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
The count is 1-2.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
Kluber steps into his windup. Here it is on a ball and 2 strikes. Now just tried to freeze him with the fastball there. Pretty close. It's 2-2. 2 out, nobody on. Hit sharply on the ground. And a base hit here as this is through past Young.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put-away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
Into the box, Brett Boone. A ball and no strikes.
Hey, I know the tying run's at first right here, but if the pitcher on the mound executes, keeps the ball in play, I think good things are going to happen.
2 out with the man at first. Fastball just missed above the zone.
They obviously circled him before the game that they were not going to let him beat them. Walked him this first time up, and now they're nibbling again.
Ready with the 2-0. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Jay Buhner would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Into the box, Jay Buhner, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch coming, here it is. In there for strike 1.
We're only in the 3rd inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Buhner, the former Yankee, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Count is even, 2-2 to Buhner. Two pitches fouled away. Two and two. Here it is. Fouled away. Another one sent foul. Here's the 2-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he struck him out, so he was forced to make 9 pitches that at-bat, but he'll take it as the inning is over. Mariners leave a couple. They still trail 1-0. Here's Elvis Andrus now to start the inning out. Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac with you in the booth for this one.
Andrus.
Here it comes now to Andrus. Pulled high in the air out to left field.
Waiting on it is Griffey.
He's got it one away.
Now batting, catcher, Ivan Rodriguez.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Pudge Rodriguez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here comes the first pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
You never want to fall behind as a pitcher, but doing it to a guy like this is even worse. He's got to bear down and execute for the rest of this at bat, starting right now.
And he finds the black here with a curveball. 2-1. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Now the pitch. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw not nearly in time, so despite the great effort, that'll go into the books as an infield single.
Boy, there's a quality infield base hit right there. That kind of reminded me of the old Yankees shortstop Derek Jeter on that jump throw.
Hey, that's why this is the pros. Back in the day, that's a knock all day long. But up here, guys are making those plays, at least making you think about them. That's an amazing play by the shortstop to leave his feet and at least make this close.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Cold strike at the knees, 1-1. Same pitch that time, the sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time. I just think he wasn't real happy with the first one he threw, so he wanted to get the feel back for it.
And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2 ball, 1 strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
The 2-1 home. Runners off for second. Strike taken, the throw. And it is not in time as Pudge able to turn back the clock and steal a base here.
That's a swipe of the bag, and this catcher, he throws really well too, so that's not easy. Good job there by the base runner.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Digging in the switch hitter, Danny Santana. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball 1, no strike.
1 run on 3 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Two and 1. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Counts even at 2. The pitch. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Ready with the payoff pitch. Full count still. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. And another foul ball. He's set. The 3-2 down the third baseline. Seager has it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Rangers leave 1. They lead it 1-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And digging in is the veteran DH, Carlos Gonzalez. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that one swung on and missed 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Cole is in his tracks now, and he puts it away for the first out.
Up next for Seattle, the third baseman, Kyle
So the
Seager.
base is empty here with one away, and into bat next the third baseman Kyle Seager. First delivery to him on the way. Bases are empty, one man out. And right into the shift. He's got it. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The catcher, number 2, Tom Murphy.
Digging in now for the Mariners, Tom Murphy. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. New inning set to get underway, and standing in is the veteran third baseman Todd Frazier.
Todd Frazier.
First pitch on its way. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Frazier, or the Todd Father as he's affectionately called. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player.
Oh, look at Seager. He goes to first. Wow.
Now batting, the second baseman, Rougned Odor.
Here's Rougned Odor now. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. Boone backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Hunter Cole.
Up next for the Rangers, Hunter Cole. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch coming. Here it is. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. To third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Rangers set down in order, but they're on top 1-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Mariners manager Scott Service during the break about his team's offensive performance so far, and flat out he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading up for the Mariners.
Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Ken Griffey. Here comes the first pitch. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
And that misses. Ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Now at the plate, D. Gordon. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Now a throw over. A runner at first with no outs here. Hard ground ball to third. Right to Frazier. Odor to first, and Guzman to complete the double play.
That's a great example there of why the sinker is such an effective pitch. The hitter's eyes see it higher in the zone than it ends up, and that makes it real tough to square up.
Striding in, Edgar Martinez. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Hey, they say solos won't kill us, but I gotta believe this guy's looking to do exactly that.
Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. Kluber gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Boy, D-Roll, the pitch count keeps climbing and climbing and climbing, and this is another example of they're really making this guy work in this one.
Yeah, that's the grind right here. You put your hard hat on, you try and find a way to get into that bullpen.
At the plate, Ken Griffey Jr. as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Oh, and this deflects right off him. Martinez rounds the corner and is headed home. And a relay to the plate, but this won't be in time as he's well safe and the run scores.
Not sure why the pitching coach is even going to the mound. This guy's been on cruise control the entire game. Might be he's just giving his pitcher a chance to catch his breath regroup and regain some of that focus.
To the plate now, Brett Boone, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. A couple of walks for him thus far. Hit sharply on the ground. Throw on to Guzman at first, and the inning is over. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh my goodness. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Back now for the start of the 6th inning, and we send it down to Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with the Rangers manager during the inning break about the team's offensive production to this point. And he told me he feels like they're being too patient at the plate right now. Too much of the time they're finding themselves in disadvantage counts like 0-2 and 1-2. And that's basically never a formula for success. He said they're getting a lot of strikes to swing at, so the emphasis the rest of the game has to be to jump on those strikes early in the at-bat.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading off for the Rangers.
All set for the start of the inning, and here comes the first baseman, Ronald Guzman. And now pitch on the way. Here's the pitch.
Down 1-1.
Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
The batter, number 10, shortstop, Michael Young.
So the Rangers batting order turns over and set to go. Michael Young, he's 1 for 2 in this one. He's set, and the pitch. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
1 out, nobody on. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
Hit on the ground out to short, right to Gordon. On to first, and Young is retired here, 2 away.
The batter, number 1, designated hitter, Elvis Andrus.
Digging in once again, Elvis Andrus, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. First pitch on its way.
Man, this guy's in a good groove right now. 7 straight retired. He's locked in.
2 out, nobody on. Andrus in an 0-2 hole here. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone.
1-2.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Seager fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. Score remains deadlocked at 1. So stepping in, Jay Buhner, 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
The right fielder, Jay Buhner.
First pitch of the at-bat. Now a ball hit in the air to straightaway left. This is carrying well. Out of here. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him, as the Mariners have now taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Here's Carlos Gonzalez. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Long run for the right fielder. He's there and records the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Kyle Seager.
Standing in, Kyle Seager. He was a ground-out victim last time up.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker in his last AB that got him to roll over. Kind of similar situation right here. Similar stuff on the mound. Look for them to try and get him to do exactly the same thing as his last AB. He's got to fight to get it elevated just a little bit more.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
This at-bat sets up really good right here, right? Hasn't seen a fastball yet, but now he gets to count at 2 balls and no strikes. He has to be looking for a fastball right here.
And a very low strike there. Trying to speed up the game, perhaps. It's 2-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Got him to go after a bad one there, and it evens the count at 2-2. A shot down the first baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Now the pitch.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Line toward right center. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. And he's safe. So a struggle that time for him in center field, and as a result he'll be tagged with the E8 on the play. Ranger skipper is up off his seat in the dugout now to make the walk to the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. Brett Martin is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Brett Martin.
And that'll bring in Tom Murphy as he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1. No hits to this point. 1-0 home.
That's out.
In the dirt, it's 3-0 now.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
1 out and a runner on second base. That one's in there. 3-1. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
So it's a tight spot here. First and second, 1 man out, and striding toward the plate is Ken Griffey. He's set. Here it comes.
Nope.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. From the belt, the pitch.
Nice adjustment out on the mound. Overthrew the first one a little bit, but got on top and let that ball rip right out in front of him.
Two and 1 count now to the Mariners leadoff batter.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Now the 2-1 pitch is laid off of for ball number 3.
You fight so hard to get into these type of counts. You can't let this pitch get away from you. You have to keyhole something middle of the plate.
The 3-1 pitch.
3 balls.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with 1 out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
Here's D. Gordon now. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Hey, when a pitcher's put in a tough spot, he's usually going to go to what got him here, and that's this guy's slider. Expect to see that more often.
Set to deliver the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Just way too patient in this situation. With the bases loaded like this is your chance to be the hero.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Count is 1 and 2.
Hey, this is a monster strikeout situation right here. The double play would be great in this situation, but I know he's going for the K. You get a 1-2 count on a guy, he's going to throw his nastiest stuff.
And he pops it up. Left fielder coming in, but this will land untouched. Slapped hard the opposite way, and that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit, and that'll score the runner from third as they'll open up a 3-1 lead.
Hey guys, he doubled up right there. Back-to-back sliders. Nice job by the batter right there. Just misses the first one, makes the adjustment, stays a little shorter, and drives the next pitch for a base hit.
So now to the plate, Edgar Martinez, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
Now the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Man, that's one of those. How could you not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
Two balls and a strike to the Mariners' first baseman.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Bases are loaded here, one man out. This is line to left. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And he's out. Beautiful throw home to cut down the run. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. 1 error and a couple of men left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Mariners 3 and the Rangers 1. 7th inning ready to roll. And next will be the power hitting catcher, Pudge Rodriguez.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 is blasted out to left center. This one's deep and not coming back. Gone! So a solo shot here to left center field. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Rangers have come back to cut this to a 3-2 ball game now.
No surprise with that swing of the bat. This guy is simply one of the best in the game right now. There's not too many guys that take a beautiful hack like that in the league.
Here's Joey Gallo now. As the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 0-1 pitch.
1-1.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. Well outside with the curveball for a ball.
Couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Base is empty here with nobody out. Got him, and he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
Now batting.
So striding forward now, Danny Santana. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Sinker, and this one's over as well. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next 2 guys. Sometimes you're going to get taken deep, but it's all about how you respond that really matters.
Here's Todd Frazier now. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Throw into second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Wow, this is a perfect example of a wily veteran doing what needs to be done to deliver for his team.
Yeah, and just watch this swing. Instead of trying to do too much with it and pull it, he stays inside the ball and is able to smack it to the opposite field for a double.
Here comes the Seattle skipper on his way to the mound, and he's going to motion for the bullpen, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So as he departs, he can't lose this ball game, but he is responsible for the runner at second, meaning it'd be a no decision if that run comes across to score.
Your attention, please. Now,
so they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up.
Gilbo.
In now, Rougned Odor, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Rangers will have to be content with just a 1. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. It's the Mariners 3 and the Rangers 2. Jesse Chavez gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Digging in and looking for more, Ken Griffey Jr. trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Now the pitch. Right side and right into the shift. Reined in. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Stepping into the box, Brett Boone. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
0-1 count and the pitch.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2. Struck him out.
He showed right there why having a good changeup is so valuable. 2-2, and he flips one up there that the bottom really falls out at the last minute. It's so hard to pick up, and it's even harder to make good contact with.
Standing in now, Jay Buhner. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And it's fouled away. And he chased it in the dirt. Rodriguez recovers. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Mariners are down in order. They're up 3-2. Ready once again, Hunter Cole. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
1-0 the count. Fastball well outside.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Line down the left field line. But this is going to get foul. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Robinson Chirinos will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 61, Robinson Chirinos.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. 1-1 to Chirinos. To 1-2 now. Here's the pitch. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
That's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
Austin Adams takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
Michael Young will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. From the stretch, a ball and no strikes. Runner at first here, 1 man out. A ball and a strike. Adams has some of the absolute best strikeout stuff in the game today, at least among bullpen arms. His strikeouts per 9 is a number that's usually through the roof.
This guy was tailor-made, Matty V, to be a relief pitcher. He comes out of the bullpen, guns a-blazing, 2 pitches that he can strike you out with, and more importantly, he comes out with an attitude, and that attitude is nasty, and he gets a lot of swings and misses.
And that's swung on and missed as Young punches out, and that's out number 2.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Stepping in now, Elvis Andrus. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Comes set with the 0-1. Oh, and this kicks right off of him. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. 1 left for Texas. They trail 3-2. Matt Duffy is going to come on as a defensive replacement now as he takes over at first base.
Now playing first base, number 6.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Carlos Gonzalez. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
For the Mariners, the designated hitter, Carlos Gonzalez.
First offering on its way. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
The third baseman, Kyle Seager.
Settling in now, Kyle Seager. He's 2 for 3 thus far. Here comes the first pitch.
1-0.
1 out, nobody on. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Cole is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
Now batting, the catcher, Tom Murphy.
Next for Seattle, Tom Murphy. It was a walk in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The 1-0. It's the outside corner, strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Into the corner and slicing foul. Misses, ball 2. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. And Young calls for this one as he makes the play to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Mariners, but they still lead it 3-2. Carl Edwards Jr. comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Number 16, Carl Edwards Jr.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Pudge Rodriguez. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. The 1-0 home is laid off for ball 2. All over the place to start the ninth. It's 3-0 now.
3 balls, no strikes.
Here's the pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
So that brings up the big bat of Joey Gallo. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. From the belt, kicks and deals. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Not a bad spot to miss right there. Much rather have it run inside than out over the plate where the hitter can do a lot of damage.
Here it comes, 1-0. Fouled off. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Griffey will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first.
Now batting, the center fielder, Danny Santana.
So a big moment here, and standing in, Danny Santana. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Yanked fouled off to the right. 1 out, 1 on in a 1-run game. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. Quick check on that tying run at first. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Working for the punch out and the offering. This is on the ground over to first. Scooped up to Gordon for 1. Back to first. It's a double play right when he needed it, and this ball game is over.
Man, they battled right to the end, getting the tying run aboard in the ninth, but that's where the threat ended as they turned to double play to finish this one once and for all.
A 1-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. Seattle rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Marco Gonzalez gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Carl Edwards Jr. hammers down the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Rangers, 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 56 minutes. Our paid attendance at T-Mobile Park this afternoon, 47,715. The Mariners thank you for your patronage and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely.